Well, hi there. This is Tim Mai. We're here in front of one of Hugo's properties that he's converting from a single-family home into two-bedroom, one-bath duplexes, and a one-bedroom, one-bath garage conversion. So I'm gonna be the cameraman today. So I'll be walking you in. Okay. This is the house. I'll ask Hugo in a little bit how many square feet it has. I think. Yeah, looks like a pretty decent size home. You see how it goes back. Then there's that garage.
So yeah, welcome. Thank you very much for joining us, and we're here in the property that I was sharing with you regarding the forced appreciation strategy that we're doing. That we're taking a single family, converting to a duplex. So yeah, I guess what's the best place to start?
Yeah, well, let's talk a little bit about this house, this neighborhood.
Sure.
Yeah.
So you may be able to hear, but there's planes flying every 15 minutes, right? Coming out of George Bush Intercontinental right over there. So that was one of the things that made this site very interesting to me, was because of the transient nature. Also, when I drove the neighborhood, there's we've got a metal building going up right next to us. So they're literally just poured the slab, they're putting up a metal building just like we have right down there. So there's no deed restrictions, no zoning. It's a very, very easy area to do whatever you want, commercial, residential. So it lends itself to this property type, right? We can't do this type of project in Katy. It won't work, right? Or in Sugarland or in the Woodlands, right? It won't work. But in areas like this, that there's no deed restrictions or zoning and stuff like that, we are able to do that. So that's part of what interested me about this deal. When it came across my desk, the number one thing that made me look at the possibility was that the wholesaler said the garage has a huge garage apartment that could be converted. And I like those things from a cash flow standpoint, because if I can convert the garage to make it another dwelling unit, then that is what interests me,
Right.
of course, to add cash flow.
How many square feet is the house now as it sits?
Right now, the house is 1668 square feet.
Okay, for the main house, not including the garage,
Correct.
right? Okay. And so what are you doing to this house?
So what I'm doing to this house is I'm actually building two kitchens in the house. I'm thinking about Airbnb, right? Because of the airport, if somebody looks at staying at a hotel, paying 50, 70 bucks per night, and then they have the accommodations of a hotel, versus having the accommodations of a house that feels more homey. They've got a kitchen, they've got all that to them. I'm thinking that this could lend itself. I mean, we're right off of Beltway 8 and 59, so it's really close. We have nearby hotels right here. So with the house, I'm thinking about maybe doing like a room share, renting out, on a room per room basis or something. I have two kitchens. And then for the garage, I'm converting it to a one bedroom, one bath apartment. So I've got essentially those two doors right there that I've added. And then, with the vacation rental strategy, I may be able to get more than what I normally would renting this out, because this would rent out for like $1,400-$1,500 a month. And with vacation rentals, you're able to do a little more cash flow than the traditional lease.
Awesome. All right. Well, let's
Right,
take us for a tour.
Come on in. So right now we are in the middle of construction. We're literally, you can hear the hammers banging away. We're doing what we're doing. When you first come into this area right here, this is like the entry living room. And there was a wall right here. And the dining room and kitchen are behind that. So we decided to tear down this wall, put a header room above, so that we can open the floor plan to make it feel a lot bigger than what it really is, right? So if we were to split the house to 1668 into two, it's basically 800 square feet each side. It's not that small, but it's not that big either. So we want to make it look as big as we possibly can. So yeah, so we installed this beam to open it up into the dining room. And And then we've got this this wall right here that used to be 1 foot back. Well, the existing kitchen used to be back here. And if you look at the floor plan, I don't know if you can see that, but essentially we had the kitchen right along here. So we came in through the entry. Here's the dining and the kitchen. So I'm moving this wall down 1 foot, and I'm building 2 kitchens on either side of the wall. So this wall, I'm actually making it a wider wall, 2 by 6 inch wall, so that it can fit the plumbing for both sides of the kitchen. It'll make it easier for the plumber. And this is one of the other structural modifications that we're doing. We're building so this room is going to become another living area type space. If you come around this way and you look, we're going to actually open up this wall right here. They've prepared another double header beam that's going to be coming in here, because this is going to be that other kitchen area, and this is going to be a living area. And you see that wall right there, we're creating another bedroom. And it has its own access over there, so you know that Airbnb vacation rental philosophy, right? The shared living, the shared rooms and stuff like that is becoming a lot more and more popular in today's day and age, right? The sharing the room and having the amenities of a traditional house. So the water heater, we're gonna push it back into a closet. So we'll have one kitchen on that side, the other kitchen on this side. You can see from the floor plan. So here's the other kitchen. We're standing right here looking this way. So we're creating this bedroom right here, which is right over there. And so this is, so far we've walked this half of the house. Okay. The rest of the bedrooms are, apart from this one, there's 3 bedrooms on this side of the house and a bathroom and another bathroom. So there's 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms in this house once we're done. We've got a bathroom back here.
So a lot of these doors, like, they wouldn't necessarily be exactly where they are right now.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. So yeah, so you can take a quick peek in there. It's a pretty big bathroom.
Oh yeah. So it's gonna lose a lot of its square footage for the other bedroom.
Correct. Yeah. Which is fine because you don't need that big of a bathroom, right? Here's where we're working right now, where this was a bedroom. This is our amazing team, Casanova Construction.
Say hi, guys.
Hi, everybody.
In the middle of, literally, we're literally, as you can see, we're hammering, we're building as it goes, like we're doing it right now. So this bedroom is a very large bedroom, and we're closing off that door access, and we're building a closet here. So that this becomes more of a master suite kind of deal. We can rent this room out for a lot more. I mean, Airbnb is one thing that I shared, but there's also workforce housing that's short term, you know, temporary rentals. There's a couple of different strategies that I can implement. There's even like what's it called, like retirement kind of homes and stuff like that. There's also that model that you can, you know, senior housing, stuff like that. So there's many different things you can do with this. That's why I'm doing the double kitchen and adding a bedroom and so forth, because the house lends itself to it. But yeah, this is more of like the master suite kind of bedroom. So we got one bedroom here, 2. The third bedroom is accessible through the entrance that we came in. So this is a third bedroom right here. Has its own closet. We have the second bathroom back here. It's pretty deep. It's pretty long.
Okay.
It's a full bathroom. This was the original, this was the first point of entry that we came in, and then we got the 4th bedroom right over here.
So the 3rd and the 4th bedroom, you're pretty much leaving it alone. You're not doing anything with them.
Correct. Yeah, they were existing. They worked. They were functional in the layout. So there was no need to do anything structural. The only structural modifications we're doing is just on the left side, where I'm adding that double kitchen, opening up the floor plan to make it feel more inviting, and then the one closet that we're building out. Other than that, there's not much more that we're doing in this house.
Okay.
A lot of the work is going in the garage.
What's going on up here, you think, at one
Yeah,
point?
so there was some wallpaper and some crown molding,
Oh,
and we
okay.
had to tear it off, and then we're just gonna drywall it. But
Okay.
yeah, there was just wallpaper. We gotta float the wall so that it looks seamless. It looks like one. If I want to demand the highest possible rent rate that I want, the space needs to look nice, right? There's plenty of slumlords out there that will rent a room probably in this condition, in particular areas. But I want to give a good product to my tenants. I want them to be there as long term as possible. I want them to be happy as they transition into buying a home or doing whatever next step is right for their life.
Right. Awesome. Yeah. Looking good.
Thank you. So let's come on out to the garage here. We'll talk about parking a little bit. Thank you guys. You're welcome.
Thanks, guys.
So I think one important thing to note that the city cares about is as long as you have, so the city considers a dwelling unit like a separate unit whenever the only way to access it is from the outside. So if you can have interior access, you can have 10 kitchens like they told me. They said, we don't care, you build a house with 10 kitchens, that's still considered one dwelling unit. In residential, you need 2 parking spaces per dwelling unit. And for anything under 900 square feet, they only require 1 parking space, right? In commercial, it's different. It's a little more lenient. For anything above 900 square feet, for an apartment, right, it'll be like, for an efficiency, it's 1.25 parking spaces is what's required. For a 1-bedroom, 1-bath, it's 1.33. For a 2-bedroom, 1-bath, it's 1.65. So it's less parking requirements in commercial, but there's a lot more work to be done as far as engineering, architecture, design, and just all of the due diligence phase. So in this case, I have an existing house, 1,668 square feet. I'm adding a bedroom. I'm adding a kitchen. I'm not creating a separate dwelling unit. The extra dwelling unit is the garage conversion. So because it's under 900 square feet, the garage is 600 square feet. Because it's under 900, they only require 1 more parking spot. So my existing driveway is, so right now my current requirement is 2 parking spots because I only have 1 dwelling unit. Since I'm converting the garage, I need 1 more, so I need 3 parking spots. So what the city themselves gave me the solution. I went to planning, I pulled the permit, and literally the planner sketched in the plan what I should do. So if you can see right here, we've got space right over here, and we got space right over here. So he literally said, okay, right now for 1 parking spot, the width that you need is 8.5 feet. So for 2 cars to fit by, you need 8.5 times 2, which is 17 feet. So whatever I have here, let's just call it 10 feet. I need to add 3 feet of gravel here and 3 feet of gravel here, which we already kind of have pavement with these pavers right here. So I can just add gravel 3 feet here, 3 feet there, and it needs to be, it was 8.5 by 19 feet. So I have to do it 19 feet long. As long as I do that, then a car can easily move off site, another one can pass by, and that was all that I needed in order to, suffice the parking requirement that was needed. So I thought that was really interesting because it's not that much more work, and it doesn't have to be concrete or asphalt. It could be an impervious material, right? Like gravel, rock. It could be whatever I want, and I can do it in the easements, which is good. So that's the plan on the parking side. You want to come back and look at the garage apartment, kind of see what we're going to do back there? Yeah, so here's the garage, existing 600 square feet. They did the previous owner laid some asphalt out here, but even here that, somebody can pull in and park here as well. It's not a problem. I'm personally going to take out the banana trees right here. I love bananas, but I want to take it out, and I want to gravel this area and to the side of it because we do have like 8.5 feet right there, and that's more additional parking, right? Especially if I want to rent out room per room. I don't want there to be a parking issue, so I definitely want to maximize that as much as I can. I don't want to pour concrete that's too expensive and it's not sustainable. Gravel is, and it's less expensive. So those are the little methods that I'm looking to do. For the garage conversion, can you see that there?
Mm-hmm.
So this is the existing conversion. The existing structure. So we've got a garage door here, we got a window and a door, and it's literally a big space that you're gonna go see right now. And then the new proposed is I'm gonna build a wall right here that will split it in half. I'll put a bedroom here and a study here. And all of this will be kind of like a living kitchen area with the bath. So this is more of it's almost like an efficiency, right? The reason I'm doing a study, so the difference between a study and a bedroom is fire egress through a window. So I need at least, how much is it? I think 5 square feet. Doesn't matter what shape the window is, but I need at least 5 square feet to be able to fit a human, adult through that window should there be a fire. So in the bedroom, of course I have to have that window there, but in the study, I don't have to. I think the study is a cool little nook or room, right? Especially in a 1 bedroom, 1 bath. I envision maybe a college student or somebody that doesn't need that much space right now and they want to have a little study area or whatever. That could easily become a bedroom, but it'll be a very small one. So it didn't make sense to make it a bedroom. So that's why I don't have to put a window in there. But I'm keeping that a study, and then it's all pretty compact. So you come inside here. You see the existing condition. See, not too many people. I mean, just this garage adds $70,000 in value to this property. So the property as is, if I were to fix it up, sell it on the market, get it rented, it's around $185,000. Just because I'm adding the 600 square foot garage conversion, I'm gaining around $70,000. Like, this will be somewhere around 250, 260 appraised value once it's complete. So you can see the value in converting a little garage like this, because it ups your value a lot, right? And it's not going to cost us $70,000 to build it out, right? Just the garage. So putting the wall right here was my thought, and then splitting this room into a big bedroom and a little study, and then putting the bathroom back there, and a little kitchen area, and then making this like an open living area. And that's it. We're done with the garage.
Awesome.
Yeah. You can take a little tour around. It's a 9,000 square foot lot, so it's a little bit bigger than normal.
Right. You know what I saw was really cool? I don't know if you're old enough for this, Hugo, but that boombox over there, the brand is Rocket Fosgate.
Yeah.
It used to be the bomb back in the
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
I always wanted one. I could never afford it.
There you go.
I should take it. I should put it in my truck. I didn't know they were Rocket Fosgate. That's so cool. I remember those and kickers. Those were like
those too, yeah.
two, and then forget the amp. The 300 watt amp or whatever.
Yeah.
I had friends that I always wanted. So we just started on this week. We started on Monday. We're already almost halfway through framing. Demolition. There's a lot of trash. The prior seller was an inherited property. The mom passed away. 2 children inherited it, and then they didn't know what to do. They didn't want to keep it. So they sold it for cash. The numbers on this look like purchase for $110,000. I'm looking to spend $65,000 on the rehab. It's looking more like $75,000 after I talked to my plumber, because of the drainage that I got to run here. You see, I thought I could connect. Here, come take a look at this. This is part of the learning curve for me. So I've got a drain right there that I can tap into.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I thought. But he said, no, it's above ground. So we can't tap into that because this is lower. So it's, by plumbing code, you have to slope 1/4 of an inch down for every foot that you go out.
Okay.
So we need to be wherever that elevation is. We need to be like, for this foot right here, like, we need to be at least like 6 inches lower here, and that's higher. So we actually have to run the drainage, the new sewer, at an angle right here on the site. We're gonna follow this fence all the way to the front, and we have to tie into the front of the house. just that digging and just that new sewer system is like $6,000. So that's why I'm saying we're probably going to be more at 75,000 when it's all said and done. But it's still worth it. If I'm all into the deal at 185, right, and it appraises for 250, the numbers still look solid and they still look good from a cash flow standpoint.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah, that's pretty much.
What about AC? Are you having to add any more units or tons?
That's a great question. So my AC guy, actually, I told him, hey, what if I wanted to split the unit here for the house in two, right? How can I do that? Do I need to put another unit? How does it work? He said, no, I can do it with your existing unit. I put a damper and I can put 2 thermostats. So you can do it, so I got all the ducts, everything working, the system's working well. He just installs a damper and then that's it. 2 thermostats and then you can run it however you want. I said, okay, perfect. If one day I've got, 2 rooms rented out and the other one I don't, I can keep half of the house, a little bit warmer and the other half, a little bit cooler because we got doors, we got everything accessed through the inside. He recommended on the garage to do a mini split. I was thinking I was gonna have to do a little 1.5, 2-ton unit, but he said, no, I think a mini split is faster, it's easier,
right.
It's not that expensive. I was even thinking window units. So he's getting me some quotes on that. But I was, that was good news on the AC side. I thought I was gonna have to spend some money on the AC, but it doesn't look like I need to.
Right. Yeah, that kind of makes sense since you're not adding additional square feet to the main house. So
that's right.
Yeah. That makes
And
sense.
I didn't know you can take an existing unit and split it.
Yeah.
2 different thermostats. That was really cool.
Yeah, that's good.
Lesson.
I'm gonna take them for a tour here. Take you guys for a tour. Yeah, you see, even with the main house, the garage, you still have all of this, yard. Look, there's a little swing, a little PVC swing set. That's cute. There's still quite a bit of room back here. I mean, I guess if he ever wants to put another one of these sort of shed-like thing, back here and build another one, that probably can still work too to maximize this lot, but not sure if it's worth doing that. And also, like Hugo was saying earlier, is that you have to add in parking spaces whenever you're adding in more units. Cool.
Right, so the man behind the camera. So what are your thoughts on all of this from a lender's perspective?
Yeah, from a lender's perspective, I like loaning money on deals like these, where it have a lot of cash flow possibility, a lot of upside potential, and so one of the things, especially in today's market, my wife and I, we were doing, we were doing some market analysis and talk about, where the market's going here in Houston for retail sales, for rentals, for what we do with the hard money lending business, and the retail market has slowed down. We were looking at the months of inventory. So we're at about, I think, 4.4 months of inventory right now. And I went back and searched when was the last time we were over 4 months, we were over 3 months of inventory into 4 months. That was 2012. So, we had a really nice run toward the end of 2012 until the end of last year. Last year was when we jumped over to the 4 months of inventory. So the market has started to slow down a little bit, both because there's a lot more new builds that came into the market, new properties that came in, but also because the buying has also slowed down a little bit, and so in a hot market like the last few years, we loan a lot to rehabbers that fix and flip the property, because it was able to sell really well. But in today's market, where the market has slowed down, you know, from a lender's perspective, loaning money to a buy and hold investor that's gonna buy it, fix it, you know, rent it, refi it, and cash us out, it's a lot safer for us. So we love these type of deals. And then, you know, this particular property, I mean, yeah, like he was saying, it makes a lot of sense, you know, with what he's doing with splitting up the house into two one duplexes, converting this. Earlier, I show you how close we are to the freeway. We're almost like next to the feeder road, you know, separated by some a large lot. But airport is very nearby. You know, what, 5-7 minutes away, something like that, very nearby. So yeah, whether Hugo wants to do this as an Airbnb, as a long-term hold, you know, definitely a lot of possibilities. So I like it. I like these type of deals. So if you guys have these type of deals, definitely, you know, hit me up. You know, if you do any kind of buy and hold, that's my specialty in terms of lending. Is I focus in on investors that buy and hold property. And so you know, if you're interested in learning about buy and hold, definitely go and check out you know, our bus tour that we have coming up. You know, you go to go.dodeals.com, you'll get to our bus tour. We'll put a link here somewhere. And you know, so you can learn about what we're doing. You know, we'll tour more properties, and you know, Hugo is going to run through just like what he's run through today, and you know, teach you about how to maximize profits on the rehabs that you're doing, whether, you know, if you're considering reselling it or you're considering renting it, and then, you know, like I said, we're helping people. We want to, you know, we want to help people build their rental portfolio, and so I specialize in loaning money for investors that buy and hold. So if you have any deals that you're looking to buy and hold, definitely hit me up. Yeah.
Where do you see the market going?
Where do I see the market going? Well, basically, like I was saying, you know, the retail market has slowed down. So we are beginning to move into that. We're not yet in a buyer's market, but we're definitely trending that way. Okay, just like, you know, just like how we trend up to a seller's market in 2012, we're now trending down to a buyer's market now. And so I do see that way. But Houston, because Houston is still such an affordable city, you know, buy and hold is gonna be like the next big boom here in Houston. And I see a lot of, you know, not just local investors doing buy and hold, a lot more interest in buy and hold, but also out of town investors that buy and hold here in Houston. Houston, in terms of Texas cities, you know, you have Austin that's way overpriced now. It's not a good rental market. Dallas is still very overpriced as well. You still have some pockets of Dallas that's good for buy and hold, but for the most part, the most affordable is San Antonio and Houston in terms of Texas markets. And so that's why I see a lot of investor money gonna come into Texas. It's gonna be Houston and San Antonio to buy rental property. So, yep.
And what would be required, in your opinion, to start building your rental portfolio?
You know, it's pretty simple. If you have, you know, good job, good credits, where you have some kind of income to be able to get a mortgage on it. Once you don't need those things so much in terms of buying, fixing it up. You know, because as a lender, a lot of time, as long as it meets our 70% of ARV, we lend both the purchase price and the construction. So you don't really need that much money there. But on the when you refi, you know, the mortgage company that's doing the refi long-term loan for you, we want to see that you have, you know, decent credit, you have, you know, some kind of money for, you know, because most likely when you're in these properties, you know, you probably have enough equity already to cover for the spread that they need. So they probably need you to bring any money to closing, but you know, they'll want you to have, you know, some kind of cash reserve, and you should, especially as a rental, have some kind of cash reserve. So it's not a whole lot of money, and it's not like you need 800 credit score. I've seen these type of deals especially if you have one that cash flow well like this, you can't even find asset based loan, meaning they don't even worry too as much about your credit. They'll just lend based on based on the property. But if you have at least at least 660 credit on up, that helps. And then yeah, so I mean that's pretty much it.
What would you say are the benefits of renting or having a rental portfolio versus flipping?
Yeah, so flipping is great because you're making a big chunk of money, at a time, right? And that's the draw to flipping. That's why a lot of people get into flipping. Same thing with wholesaling. You make a chunk of money at front. However, a couple of things about wholesaling and flipping is that they're very transactional income. So in order for you to make money, you have to do another deal, right? You have to wholesale another deal or flip another deal. And then, I don't know about you, but, like a lot of times when people have money, right, that money goes, as fast as it goes in, it also goes out very quickly, okay? The nice thing about having rental property is that it's like a forced savings account, right? Because when you buy a property like this, you have equity, right? So let's say when Hugo is all done with this, he'll have about $70,000 in equity. That if he was to if that was cash, to put that $70,000 in cash into a savings account, number one, it doesn't earn you anything, barely. Number two, that's very hard to do, to keep it there in savings account. But when it's stuck in a property and equity, it forces you to save, right, for your future. And then plus, it'll make you monthly cash flow every single month to feed you and your family. And so you really don't need a lot of these. I mean, imagine if you have 10 of these properties that we just showed you today. You're gonna make a pretty good living for a long time to come. So that's the benefit of rental property.
Yeah, just on the equity side, I want to add, a friend of mine told me, Hugo, you only need to do 12 of these and you're a millionaire, like on your net worth.
Yep.
And that's not even including the cash flow. I mean, 70,000 in equity times 10 is 700,000, right?
Right.
Add another 12. I mean, it's or 14 or something like that. But it's not that much. I mean, I can do this 14 times, right?
Right.
It's not hard to find these kind of deals, and yeah.
Yeah, and that's what one of the things that we I want to address. Obviously, this is not your normal deal, right? Your normal, buy it, put paint carpet in. We're adding value to these properties. We call it our force appreciation strategy, and so we can take a normal house, we can buy it kind of near retail even, right? We can pay a lot more than what a normal investor would be willing to pay for the property, but because we adding value to it through these strategies of adding additions or converting it from single family home into a duplex. We're adding value to the property. We force the appreciation of the property, and so by doing that, a little bit more work than what a normal investor would be willing to do, and we can teach you this. By doing that little extra work, we have an abundant supply of properties that we can that we can buy and do this with here in Houston. And so yeah, it's a really cool and profitable strategy for sure.
We're hosting a bus tour. I want to invite y'all to sign up. Like Tim said, look below in the description and the links below. Sign up. Bus tour is how I got into the business. I have a friend actually right here, Noe. Say hi.
Hey everybody.
Noe and I know each other from, we're talking about 11 years ago. We started in oil and gas. We met at a job together. And, it was my dream that as I had my job, that I wanted to start building a passive income rental portfolio or something to generate some kind of passive income. And the way that I got started was through a bus tour. So the bus tour helps because you get to come to properties like this. You get to see, at least 2 or 3 different properties, kind of in the finished stage and the starting phase, just different phases of construction. And you get to learn hands-on what's going on in the market right here, literally in Houston, in our backyard. What's working, what's not working, what are people doing, how are we dealing with certain issues. I just shared some of the stuff that I learned from drainage, right? From the sewer, like what I would do differently next time. So those things are super valuable because when you add them up, it's gonna cost like
$30,000, $40,000 of savings, you know, for your own project or whenever you're doing what you want to do. So definitely sign up for the bus tour. It's totally worth it. I promise you're going to get way more value than what you're paying for. And you get to mingle with other like-minded investors and people that are up to doing the same thing. So it's very encouraging. So sign up for the bus tour. Tim and I are going to be there. We're going to walk you through this in more detail. You're going to get way more value than what you're getting through these videos, or even if you're coming on site, because we're dedicated to that time. We're going to have some workshop class time as well, teach kind of the models and stuff like that. Yeah, we love to share and give back, and we'd love to see you there. So sign up, and we'll see you soon. Thanks for joining us, and yeah, to your dream life. We hope you build it soon.
All right. See you later, alligators.
All right, bye.
Bye.